Hello and welcome to Impact Theories, the show that you can't ever be missed. Science and technology and the human person. I'm Ashley KABUANG and I'm also one of the podcasters here. I'm a little bit nervous because it's my first time joining a podcast and I think all of us here. So yeah, before I start, let me first introduce one of the prettiest co-hosts for this day. Miss JALYN FUNDADOR, the floor is yours.
What a wonderful compliment, Ashley. So, I am JALYN FUNDADOR and one of the podcasters, followed by MENDEZ.
It's a blessed day to everyone who's watching this video. My name is NIMRHOD and I am one of these beautiful vodcasters. I hope that you will enjoy this video and you will learn something from it while watching. Thank you.
Hi, good day. My name is KENNETH BALANTA. I am the one of podcaster that discuss of why does the future doesn't need us.
And we are
The Impact Theories
2-4.
In today's podcast, we will talk about science, technology, and the human person. Together with my co-host, we'll discuss the ins and outs of each topic for you to understand and offer listeners special takeaways at the end. Be sure to listen all the way through the riddles. Everyone, please say your title topic to our beloved listeners for them to feel the excitement that our podcast brings.
So I picked the title Human Flourishing. What is this about? For me, it's about how the human flourish when it comes to everything. Because flourish is happiness. So to come up the happiness or to feel the things, make sure is that person has positive emotions, spiritual, physical, and even financial. So in short, the person should have contentment in life to be called to flourish. So how about you, NIMRHOD MENDEZ?
Hello to Miss JALYN and to everyone who's watching this video. My name is NIMRHOD and my topic is all about the good life in science and technology and society. This is my first time doing this, so I hope that you can extract something from me. And Miss Ashley, how are you doing? What's your topic all about?
Hi there again, everyone. What do you know about my topic? Well, simply you'll be able to know the evolution of each gadget and technology that we have at the very beginning up to the present day. Because I will going to discuss the connection between the people, humanity, and of course technology. So be an active viewer and listener, everyone. So there you go. Without further ado, let us now start with the first topic.
Hi everyone, my name is JALYN FUNDADOR. I'm the podcaster of letter A under the Science and Technology and the Human Person, which is human flourishing. But before I discuss my topic about human flourishing, let's watch first the video that related to the science and technology on human.
The very essence of why we have technology is to create something an individual cannot do by himself.
The best discovery in history is the encounter of fire. However, our ancestors had proven that fire is dangerous if left unattended. History of destructions caused by fire is countless. Thanks to Joseph's one for inventing light bulb, we don't need matches and gas to light dark and dim places. All we need is electricity.
In the invention of printing press, man was able to achieve the possibility that any material can be reproduced and duplicated. If we do not have printers, we will spend days, weeks, months, or even years mass-producing a book. Besides, not everyone has legible handwritings. With printers, we can save time and effort.
The thing about technology is, it does not work without electricity. People are willing to spend money to have stable electricity. Why? To watch their favorite shows anytime, search the latest fashion trend, and Google Map the nearest shoe store. Electricity is an aid to satisfy someone's needs on a daily basis. Without it, we will not attain productivity. So I say, technology
It's the essence of science and technology on human. So, the essence why we have science and technology is to create something that individual cannot do by themselves. Which means science and technology changes us and the world around us in countless ways. Yes, it's true. So aside from the video we watch, the essence of technology is also for to ease cures disease, provides abundant food and clean water, enables communication and travel across the globe, and also the important thing is to expand our knowledge because human thinks, reason, and even logic is part of human potential to be able to develop something because human flourishing happen or must be achieved through a person's own efforts. So, the person has own ideas, reasons, and free will and the capacity to initiate conduct that will enhance to achieve flourishing because flourishing is happiness because flourishing is happiness. Why? It is because in psychology, happiness is a mental or emotional state of well-being which can be defined by among others positive or pleasant emotions ranging from contentment to intense joy. Yes, being a human flourishing, it has a happiness. So the happiness came from the positive mental, physical, and even social. So we can say that the person is flourished when that person has a satisfaction in life. Or that person is have contentment, fulfill their needs. So that is because of our science and technology. So now, because of our advancement of science and technology, human individual will always continue to flourish and flourish. Because we all have endless reasons, things, logic, and so on. That is because of our science. So, for us, we didn't allow nothing to happen to what we think. So, we are looking for a way. Right? We are looking for a way for that to happen. And because of technology, we have discovered the thing. So, but that is the essence of science and technology on human. So, the important thing is kung paano natin gamitin or paano natin pahalagahan ang mga bagay-bagay. Kasi, the essence of science and technology is to help people. So, para matulungan ang tao para mapadali ang mga bagay-bagay. So, dapat alagaan ito ng tao or gagamitin ito in a right way. Then, although science and technology has a negative impact, so nasa sa atin lang yun kung paano natin ito gamitin in a right way. That's all. So, alright. Okay. So, did you guys find what is the importance of science and technology to humans? Because for me, I find something that without science and technology, everything is not easy to understand and operate. Especially when it comes to finding a solution to solve the situation. What do you think, Balanta? Am I right?
Yes, you're right, JALYN. As you said earlier, everything is really hard to operate manually based on the video. I find that most people, especially nowadays, because of the advancement of technology, people can easily think what is the best way to do to fulfill their lives, right, Ashley?
Yes, Balanta, I agree with your idea that there is a really big help from science and technology to make our lives more easier.
Yeah, right. Human flourishing is about the satisfaction of the lives of human beings, which means humans should enjoy the life that has. So make life easier despite difficulties, right? So why do we have the science and technology? So it's because to make the fastest way to operate. For example, in the video, Before, we don't have a printer, so that's why a lot of papers have a struggle. So and now that we have printers, so it's easy to print magazines, a lot of books, and so on. So, and we feel satisfied with that, right?
Technology and the evolution of human society. Many students are first exposed to the interaction between technology and human society through the study of history. They learn about the ages of civilization, starting with the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, and the Industrial Age, and most recently the Information Age. So these students have already been provided with a number of examples of how societies meets their needs by transforming the natural materials in the world around them to create new technologies, and they have seen these technologies in turn shape their societies and their relationship to other societies through such mechanisms as trade, communication, war, and civilization. Through science and technology, it is easier for inhabitants to communicate with other people around the globe. It's also significant in the field of business because transactions and other events are done through the computer science, and technology enables every people to live in an easy and modern way to life. The relationship between technology and society is reciprocal. Societies loves technology change, while changing technologies in turn shape society. Technology has more positive impact on humans or society as compared to negative. It makes our life easier and reward us by providing resources or tools that make our life much easier. Halimbawa na lang kapag gusto natin mag-search ng mga sagot, like may thesis o kaya research paper, isang search lang natin sa internet, makakakuha na tayo ng source nito. Mas napapadali nito yung kailangan nating hanapin. Although technology is making life easier and helping human desires to become reality, in the long run, it's said that it will change the course of humanity. Halimbawa na lang nito yung nasa bahay na lang tayo, cellphone na lang tayo ng cellphone, Facebook na lang ng Facebook, di na tayo nakakapag-exercise kasi halos buong araw natin nakabase na lang sa technology.
Good day, everyone. I would like to introduce myself. The name's NIMRHOD from BS Hospitality Management, and this video is all about the good life in science and technology and society. Are we living in the good life? This question is inarguably one general human concern. Everyone aims to lead a good life, yet what constitutes a happy and contented life varies from person to person. Unique backgrounds, experiences, social context, and even preferences make it difficult to subscribe to a unified standard on which to tease out the meaning of the good life. Thus, the prospect of a standard of the good life, one that resonates across human experiences, is inviting. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics and the Good Life to answer the question, are we living the good life? Necessary reflection must be made on two things. First, what standard could be used to define the good life? Second, how can the standard serve as the guide toward living the good life during scientific progress and technological advancement? In the documentary film The Magician Twin, C.S. Lewis and the Case Against Scientism, C.S. Lewis posited that science must be guided by some ethical basis that is not dictated by science itself. One such ethical basis is Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. Aristotle, who lived from 384 to 322 BC, is probably the most important ancient Greek philosopher and scientist. He was a student of Plato, who was then a student of Socrates. Together, they were considered the big three of Greek philosophy. Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, the fundamental basis of Aristotelian ethics, consists of 10 books. Originally, they were lecture notes written on scrolls when he taught at the Lyceum. It is widely believed that the lecture notes were compiled by or were dedicated to one of Aristotle's sons, Nicomachus. Alternatively, it is believed that the work was dedicated to Aristotle's father, who was of the same name. The Nicomachean Ethics, abbreviated as NE or sometimes EN, based on the Latin version of the name, is a treatise on the nature of moral life and human happiness based on the unique essence of human nature. The NE particularly useful in defining what the good life is. Everyone has a definition of what good is: getting a college degree, traveling across the world, succeeding in business venture, pursuing a healthy and active lifestyle, or being a responsible parent. However, although everyone aims to achieve that which is good, Aristotle posited two types of good. In NE Book 2, Chapter 2, Aristotle explained that every action aims at some good. However, some actions aim at an instrumental good while some aim in an intrinsic good. He made it clear that the ultimate good is better than instrumental good, for the latter is good to achieving something else or some other end, while the former is good. Eudaimonia, the ultimate good. What then is the ultimate good? Based on the contrast between two types of good, one could reflect on some potential candidates for the ultimate good. One might think that pleasure is the ultimate good. One aims for pleasure in the food that they eat or in the experiences they immerse themselves into. Yet, while pleasure is an important human need, it cannot be the ultimate good. First, it is transitory, it passes. One may have been pleased with the food they had for lunch, but he or she will be hungry again or will want something else after a while. Second, pleasure does not encompass all aspects of life. One may be pleased with an opportunity to travel, but that may not make him or her feel good about leaving. Say, his or her studies or the relationship he or she has been struggling with. Others might think that wealth is a potential candidate for the ultimate good. But a critic of wealth would prove otherwise. Indeed, many, if not most, aim to be financially stable, to be rich, or to be able to afford a luxurious life. However, it is very common to hear people say that they aim to be wealthy insofar as it would help them achieve some other goals. Elsewhere, it is also common to hear stories about people who have become very wealthy but remain unhappy with the lives they lead. In this sense, wealth is just an intermediate good that is only instrumental. It is not the ultimate good because it is not self-sufficient and does not stop one from aiming for some other greater good. Another candidate for the ultimate good is fame and honor. Many people today are motivated by a desire to be known, to be famous. Others strive for honor and recognition. This is reflected by those people who use social media to acquire a large virtual following on the internet and wish to gain a foothold on the benefits that fame brings. Many people act according to how they think they will be admired and appreciated by other people. However, this cannot constitute the ultimate good, simply because they are based on the perception of others. Fame and honor can never be good in themselves. If one's definition of the good life is being popular or respected, then the good life becomes elusive since it is biased on the subjective views of others. Unlike pleasure, wealth and fame and honor, happiness is the ultimate good. In the Aristotelian sense, happiness is living well and doing well. Among the Greeks, this is known as eudaimonia, from the root words eu, meaning good, and daimon, meaning spirit. Combining the root words, eudaimonia means happiness or welfare. More accurately, others translate it as human flourishing or prosperity. Aristotle proposed two hallmarks of eudaimonia, namely virtue and excellence. Thus, happiness in the sense of eudaimonia has to be distinguished from merely living good. Eudaimonia transcends all aspects of life, for it is about living well and doing well in whatever one does. Eudaimonia, uniquely human, Eudaimonia or happiness is unique to humans, for it is a uniquely human function. It is achieved only through a rational directed life. The degrees and functions of the soul are nested, such as the one which has a higher degree of soul has all of the lower degrees. Thus, on the nutritive degree, all living things, in example, plants, animals, and humans require nourishment and can reproduce. On the sensitive degree, only animals and humans can move and perceive. Finally, on the rational degree, only humans are capable of theoretical and practical functions. Following this, humans possess the nutritive, sensitive, and rational degrees of the soul. More importantly, only humans are capable of life guided by reason. Because this is so, happiness, too, is a uniquely human function, for it can only be achieved through a rationally directed life. So, how's my topic, everyone? Did you guys get any information from that?
It's very nice to see you doing those things.
Yes, I completely agree with that. People always want to have things in life that sometimes they don't really need at all. You can't stop people from wanting something because they tend to be greedy. Sometimes we don't have that capacity to fulfill our desires until it is done.
I am pretty sure that all of us will relate to that because we are just humans that makes mistakes and will learn after that. Everyone, today I'm going to talk about the letter D topic under the science and technology and the human person, which is entitled When Technology and Humanity Cross. So first, before we're going to tackle this chapter all about, I have thought that we needed to put some expectations in first. Okay, so by the end of this chapter, what are you expecting to learn? So at the end of the lesson, you must able to, number one will be illustrate the different technological advancements in society, especially in the settings of the Philippines. Okay? Number two, discuss the development of science and technology in the Philippines. And specifically, three, discuss the effects of the interplay between technology and humanity through the dilemmas they face. Okay, so this will be our expectation setting before the start of this podcast. So expect to learn these things. Okay, guys, before we go to have our deep and thorough discussion about all the topics, we'll try to recall what technology is first. So the definition of technology comes from the word techne and logos, according to Buchanan 2010. This is a discourse on art. Technology is just a discourse. When you talk about technology, you will think about all sorts of things like machines, machinery, factory, and or application of science. So concepts like machines and tools were also attached to the word technology. So that's when you talk about technology, it is discourse of art. It's the application of science and claims from the word techne and logos. So in one way or another, if you will believe me and if you will try to think of each person in the society, including you and me, is directly or indirectly affected by technology, whether we, society, each us, she or he, will it or not. Most people survive their everyday lives with great reliance on the different technological advancements already available to the masses. Especially in these times, we're in the situation that everything we need to connect, even though we don't need to be there physically given this situation right now as the pandemic happens. And I think we all agree that we have a high and great alliance of technological advancements nowadays. With this, the technology plays and vary a role. In that sense, technology is already an inevitable part of society. So it cannot go away because it is a big part now of society. With this be in mind, there's just one question to ponder upon. In your own perspective and in your own understanding shows, is technology nowadays a necessity or a want? Maybe attempt to ponder on that moment of truth. Okay, so what was your answer, guys? Is it a necessity or a need or just a want? Okay, so I think most of you had the correct answer, and if not, the real answer is a necessity, and indeed it is true. And it is indeed a necessity nowadays. So in this, what this technology offers? There are first one, convenience. Convenience, let's say maps, for example, in your gadgets. There are maps there in traveling, transportation, technologies there, machines, nor factories and everything. Actually, technology offers convenience. Number two, technology offers pleasure, like entertainment in our smartphones right now, televisions like laptops, cinemas are all part of technology, and they offer us pleasure that in the sense of entertainment. They also offer number three, happiness. Likewise, connected to pleasure, and also it eases us when it comes to number four, which is communication, like telephones, and that was the old version. Nowadays, there are no more or less telephone. Instead, many people uses cell phones, laptops, or tablets that we can use in terms of communication. Even though with the help of the internet, you know, me right now talking in front of you, this communication and technology offers me to lecture on you along with this through YouTube. And that's what technology offers. Some of a lot that technology offers. So this is just a highlight of all about technology can offer to us. But take note, anything too much is bad. Others say that too much of everything is a bad thing. Alright, and that's indeed true. Various ethical dilemmas involve the use of technological devices. There are, of course, some ethical issues in every technological device we use. So, we need to know and be familiar with them for us to be aware of what those dilemmas are, and also misuse or invention to produce bad results. Of course, technology is there for us to aid or to do good for us, not the opposite or another way around. So these are the simple reminders to everyone. Under the topic of when technology and humanity cross, there are television sets, mobile phones, computers, and humanity. So let's start on our very first topic, which is of course television sets. This television here kind of old, as you can see in the video. Now let's have a brief timeline of where or when the television started. This is the TV, in short for television. Through the decades, TVs grew both larger and slimmer. It was in the early 1920s with the image detector. Okay, this is the very old one. And then by the 1930s is the RCA TRK12. And 1940s is still the RCA. And in the 50s we have a wrestling house. And in 60s we have the Predix. And as you can see, it becomes more stable and the screen is there. In the 1970s, we are now moving forward in the modern television, the Sony KV1920. Then when 1980s, we have the Magnavox tabletop. 1990s, we have a Philips flat TV. And it gets slimmer by this time. And we have in 2000 Samsung Smart TV. And 2010, we have Samsung Curve UHD TV. As I can see it nowadays, there are a lot of TVs had been evolved and are truly innovative in their various specialization, and we have an opportunity to watch whatever we want. That's why channels were also created. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm sure it's gonna be much better than today's television. According to Kantar Media, in the Philippines, 92% of urban homes and 70% of rural homes own at least one television set. So in all the households here in the Philippines, 92% of urban areas have a television. 70% have a television in the rural areas. Households with TV sets reach more than 15 million, and this is according to NODA 2012. What would this imply? Simply, it would imply that television has a great impact on our everyday lives, in our society as a whole. It makes us more connected through this time to make our society informed about what is happening nowadays. One of the uses of television in marketing is the ultimate medium for advertisement placements. You can see the programs where you're watching our local channel. You could see that there would be programs, right, will be the programs have advertisements. So that is how the network earns money. Almost all use this particular type of device. Television plays a great role in the lives of people, so that it is a very important part of society right now when it comes to technology. Brief history of the television. Paul Nipkow lived from 1860 to 1940. So what did Paul Nipkow do? He was just actually successful in his attempts to send images through wires with the aid of rotating metal disc, which is the Nipkow disc. And this is an electric telescope, 18 lines of resolution. This produces electric telescope. Here we can see a picture of the Nipkow disc. As you can see, there's a disc over there, a hole. This is rotating and you can send images here through wires. Okay, so this is the first breakout. Next is the major one also by Alan Archibald Campbell Swinnon. Is a US inventor and Boris Rosing is a Russian inventor. So they invented this part of television independently. What they did is that they have this new system of television by the cathode ray tube, in addition to mechanical scanner system. That's why our old television has a very bumpy back, because that is where a cathode ray tube is, and it was old. Thanks to Swinton and Rosing to that. So yeah, that's the brief history of our television. As you can see, it plays a very kind of role in our society nowadays, and it's one of the very good examples of how technology works. What technology offers us, going back to the first topic, it offers us a communication, it offers us pleasure and happiness. So likewise, this television does this also. Okay, going to the next part, we have mobile phones. So this is one example of a mobile phone. Right now, let's have a very short evolution of mobile phones here. The very first of those mobile phones is this Motorola Dynatalk Bullock. It's in 1983. It can only stand by for about 8 hours and the call time is only 30 minutes. And take note, this is the most expensive mobile phone so far, since this is the very first of its kind. There's no one to win against it. From 1989, we have another Motorola Microtalk Bullock and a smaller one. Next, 1993, we have the Nokia 2110. Next, in 1998, we have the Nokia 5110. Now, as you can see, the number of hours of battery and talking hours is now way better than the Nokia 2110. We have also the Nokia 3310, one of the iconic cell phones of the time. Year 2000, the battery is way better, and as you can see, the talking hours is also great. On 2004, Motorola RAZR V3, another cell phone wherein you can flip it to open it. And then 2007, the Apple iPhone was the game changer, shall we say. So this is the brief evolution of mobile phone. And then after the Apple iPhone, there are hundreds of inventions of how mobile phones should look like. How do mobile phones impact us as Filipinos? How do mobile phones change our perception? Filipinos love to use their mobile phones anywhere, anytime, and I'm guilty of that. I think you right now who's listening don't deny this, because I won't. Many of us check our phones right when we wake up because we're addicted to scrolling. More than half of the Filipino population own at least one mobile phone regardless of type. The thing is, more than half of us already have mobile phones in our pockets right now or in our hands while we're watching this video. Okay? In 2010, Sinovate declared 67% product ownership in the country. Mobile phones are considered a must-have among young Filipinos nowadays. So this is taken on ABS-CBN News way back in 2010. 1 out of 3 Filipinos cannot live without a mobile phone. This statistics came from Ipsos Media Atlas Philippines nationwide urban survey on 2011 to 2012. 1 out of 3 Filipino cannot live without a mobile phone in the year 2011 to 2012. Maybe this time it became 5? We don't know. So this is the impact of smartphones on us. Filipinos, as you can see, it's very much important as time goes by. Computers and laptops, we call the computers as in personal computer as our desktop computer, and we call the ones that we can bring anywhere our laptops. Usually nowadays we just have the laptops, and mostly desktop computers are already phasing out. Going back to the mobile phones, as we have known by the statistics, 80% have mobile phones in the urban areas, 70% in rural areas, but anyhow, let's give it an average of 80%. So 80% is still majority of many Filipino have mobile phones or cell phones, but for the laptops, it's not possible for all the Filipino families to own at least one computer or laptop, because it compared to cell phone, laptops and computers are quite expensive. Most profits gained by computer and laptop manufacturers come from offices, businesses or schools. Growing number of the internet users in the Philippines, thus there are problems regarding the internet providers. We can see that in Southeast Asia, we are one with the worst internet connection that I know everyone of us is experiencing this too. Maybe we can find ways to improve and fix that. So let's go back in history a little bit. This is a very generic question. Who was the father of computers? Yeah, so the father of computers was Charles Babbage. He lives from 1791 to 1871, an English mathematician and inventor who is credited with having conceived the first automatic digital computer, released in June 1981 by the Osborne Computer Corporation. The Osborne 1 is considered to be the first portable or the first laptop full-featured computer. Nowadays, as we all know, the improvement was really big and it is more accessible than the first laptop made. So that's it, we're done in the computer and laptops, and this is the last slide of my topic. Hopefully you have learned something from this video. Thank you so much for watching. That's it. Did you guys have fun, or do you gain knowledge about the evolution I've mentioned?
Yes, of course. Especially where the television looks like before and after. There's a lot of television image that we have seen. It looks very old, as a bump clock. And there is not just one person who invented journey to be innovators.
I truly agree with that. Also, the old version of the mobile phones has huge differences up to now. And all of this has a huge impact on all the people around the world.
Well said. These are old, hard to use, and it's also hard to have a phone with short-term battery usage. Either a call with a limit was so boring. But then after all that process, technology gives us pleasure, happiness, and many more to complete our daily lives anywhere and in any situation. Still, it is all functioning and innovating.
I just wanted to share, there's a part of where you mentioned the percentage of people that they are using a mobile phone. An early after waking up, nothing is just wanted to say, haha, joking, but that in really be alive, agree that each one of us are addicted on using mobile phones and can never take away from us.
Also, I remember when we were in lockdown because of COVID-19, almost every day I'll stay up all night just to play Mobile Legends. And I know you too also. And it's hard to sleep while using the phones unless it's dead bad, right?
Yes, and I'm guilty of that. But I'm grateful that you guys had gained knowledge and takeaways on my topic. Hopefully, not just us here, but also everyone who's watching over the YouTube platform. Again, I'm Ashley KABUANG, your vodcaster on the topic When Technology and Humanity Cross, leaving you two quotes. First, technology is a useful servant but dangerous master. This means each one of us here must be aware and must have boundaries or limitations on using technology, because too much will lead negative effects on our individuality. Second is the advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't even notice it, and it's part of our everyday life. So yeah, let us now move on to the next chapter.
Good day everyone, my name is KENNETH BALANTA of BSHN 36. So today I will discuss my topic. So why does the future not need us?
From things in the air to new things for our bodies, join me as we explore 2050. What would be the future technology? We are in the year 2020, and if we're being honest with ourselves, technology is incredibly advanced, and we're making strides that can push things even farther. Truly could happen very soon. Drones. Wait a minute, drones are already here. And yes, they are. But more times than not, the drones you are seeing are small, piloted by people who are just trying to
So, why the future doesn't need us? Is an article written by Billy Joy, the chief scientist of the Sun Microsystem, in the April 2000 issue by the Wired magazine. So, in the 21st century, technologies, genetic engineering, nanotechnology, and robotics have the potential to significantly extend the average human lifespan, but they are so powerful that they them and solver great danger. Joy locates this danger in the potential or actuality ability of robots, engineer of organisms, and nanobots to self-replicate. So the next video show the important things of robot and she act like a human.
You might have seen a video doing the rounds of a grey robot that looks ultra lifelike. Is it real? Is it fake? Well, at CES 2022, Amica the robot was on show, and let me tell you, the experience of interviewing this robot was very uncanny.
So, what is the difference between human and robots? So, the simple difference is the human being use their brain to ability to think, memory, while the machine depend on the data given to them. As well as I know that human learn from the past mistake, and intelligence ideas and intelligence attitude lies at the basic human intelligence. In the 21st century, technologies and genetic engineering, nanotechnology, and robotics have the potential to significantly extend the average of human lifespan. But they are so powerful that in that them also lurk great danger. Joy locates this danger in the potential or actually ability of robots, engineer, organisms, and nanobots to self-replicate. Joy also voiced concern that about increasing computer power. Yes, he's worried that computer is eventually become more intelligent than we are. Joy expressed concern that eventually the rich will be the only ones that have the power to control the future robots that will be built, and that these people could also decide to take it to their own hands and control how humans continue to populate and reproduce.
What is nanotechnology? Nano means very small, and it's come from the Greek word nanos, meaning dwarf. It is an art of science of manipulating matters at also nanoscale, thus encompassing nanoscale science and involved manipulating matters at 1 to 100 nanometers length scale. In the article, he argued that our most powerful 21st century technologies, robotic, genetic, engineering, and nanotic, are threatening to make human an endangered species. Mere machine to transcendent mind, where he believed there will be a shift in the future where robots will take over normal human activities, but with time human will become okay with living that way.
Thank you for listening my presentation. Again, my name is KENNETH Balanta of BSHL 36.
Who's the author of Why Does the Future Doesn't Need Us?
Billy Joy, one of the famous author of Why Does the Future Doesn't Need Us.
What is the main point of the topic? Why the future doesn't need us?
In my opinion, Joy argued that developing technologies provide as much greater danger to humanity than any technology before has ever presented.
Okay. Who's the reporter that the genetic, nanotechnology, and robotics technology in the 50th anniversary?
I know the person who ordered of that. He is Lucas Graves.
And also guys, Boy is concerned about increasing computer power. His worry is that computers will eventually become more intelligent than we are, leading to such dystopian scenarios as robot rebellion.
Double name. My eyes see your face, searching for